Tomorrow, we're going to the Market Square Farmers Market here in Knoxville, Tennessee. It's the biggest farmers market in Tennessee, one of the biggest farmers market in the country, with about 160 vendors and 8,000 people worth of foot traffic every Saturday, and I'm taking you with me. Come on, baby, let's go. Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to Chef's Harvest Farm. If you're new here, I'm Chef Mikey. I'm a former executive chef turned urban farmer, and I grow organic vegetables for local chefs and restaurants here in Knoxville, Tennessee. I signed up for the farmers markets in May and June. This is the first farmers market of summer, and then next week will be my last farmers market for the year, because once it gets super hot in Tennessee, it's just I can't keep up with the demand. It's too much to go farmers markets every week, and we just go back to strictly restaurant sales. So this week I just wanted to take you with me before my farmers market season is over, show you what a day in the life's like if you're thinking about becoming a farmers market vendor, or if you just want to know what it's like to be one. So come on, we got some I gotta do some chores around here, get some loose ends tied up, and then I'll show you how we get everything packed up. We'll get everything staged, and then in the morning and I'll show you how we take everything down to the farmers market, get set up. So come on, I'll show you around real quick. We've harvested that basil several times, and that's gonna get pulled out soon. So this whole field is basically just successions of lettuce and arugula all summer. I got two different successions of cucumbers, kind of like half a bed of sun gold tomato, and the other half of the bed behind there is San Marzano tomatoes. Bitter greens over here on request for some chefs. Super proud of the cucumbers this year. It's like the best cucumbers I've ever grown. But I'll show you how we pull up this shade cloth, and just really keeps the stress off the plants. Got a few hundred pepper plants, lunchbox, Jimmy Nardellos, a quinoa, and some habanadas. And then I just kind of do the same thing on my nursery here, because the crops get all wilted in the day. It's hard to keep it watered enough, so I got the same shade cloth system here, and I just pull it up. Just gotta make sure everything in here is watered, and then I'll just leave this on so I can have peace of mind. Everything's not gonna be dead when I come back from the farmer's market after not being here all day. Both of these two tunnels have our grafted cherry tomatoes in them, and then that tunnel is just cover crop, a perennial herb garden right here with some more edible flowers for the chefs. And then I've got like the rarest tomatoes in the world I just planted over here. They're called Cades Cove Currants. You can't buy the seeds anywhere commercially. I got them gifted to me through a friend who works at Blackberry Farm. It's the only place you can get them. Okay, so come on, let's go get packed up for the farmer's market and get out of here in the morning. This is like my little loading area, right? So everything comes out of the garden right here, and then I store my refrigerated trailer under my back deck here, and then you go under the back deck and bang a left into the basement of my house, and that's a wash pack station, seed starting, all those types of things. I'll show you that in a moment. So I can just kind of back my truck down here. We'll get everything loaded into the truck and staged in the morning, and then all I'll have to do is roll my refrigerated trailer right out here, hook it up, and we'll get out of here in the morning. It takes about 10 minutes to get packed up for the market in the morning. So we'll set everything up right now. So first I gotta grab the tables. I load the tables in first. I got one right here. So I'll grab that table, then I'll show you how we get everything else set up. This is just under the back deck of my house, and I just kind of keep a bunch of stuff staged here. This is my farmer's market tent, some tables. I've got my weights here. This is just my Vermont compost potting soil that we keep stacked up here, because seed starting's right through this door, so whoever's starting seeds can just come out here, grab a bag, and they go in and start their seeds, and it's not like a big thing to go get potting soil somewhere. So I gotta grab this stuff, load this in the truck. I always use my dolly to move this stuff, because it's like super heavy, you know, so you don't want to be like lugging this thing over there. You don't ever want to like move stuff in a manner that you're gonna hurt yourself, or I don't want to like be more tired than I have to be, you know. So always using stuff on wheels when you're going to farmers markets is super important. So I bring my dolly with me, and I make sure I use it to load all this stuff up. All right, and then I always just kind of pull it right up here, and I set it right on top of my tables, and then I sandwich it in with the cinder blocks that I use to weight this down at the market. Plenty of weight for your farmer's market tent, because I've seen one blow away before in the wind, and it ain't pretty. this is the Coolbot trailer. We're pretty well packed up. It's all head lettuce, salad mix. There's a bunch of carrot, beets, and some other root vegetables in there. We got some potatoes and garlic in here. I'll show you. Check out the link below if you want to see how I built the Coolbot trailer. But we'll just hook this up in the morning and we'll just roll out of here, right? No packing coolers, packing anything for the market. It's already packed, and we just hook it up and roll out. Easy money, baby. All right, and then right through that door brings me into the basement of my house. And then this is kind of seed starting over here. I keep all my like totes and market stuff kind of staged right here. It's kind of messy right now. It's like counting change earlier. I had to run to the bank and get change for the farmer's market. So that's one thing about farmer's markets. It's always a pain in the butt. You gotta make sure you got change for everybody. So these are potatoes. I package them up in like 3-pound bags like this, and I sell them for $9 at the farmer's market. So I got all my potatoes staged right here. So I'll have to grab those in the morning, and I'll just like toss them in the back of the truck to roll downtown. Downtown, like the farmer's market's only 10 minutes away. So I gotta grab all this stuff. I'll show you what's in my box. So I keep this tote always like labeled market tote, so I always know what's in it. These clips are like super important. This is what I like clip my little prices to, and that way like they never blow away in the wind or anything like that. I just write the prices and everything clearly labeled so everybody can know exactly what it is, because people are so disconnected from their food. So I put salad mix right on it so there's never any confusion about what any of the products are. And then like this holds it on, so no matter how windy it gets, my labels aren't blowing away. You know, you see these people at the farmer's market, the wind blows and they're like chasing their labels and stuff. You don't want to be one of those people. And then I just write the prices and everything on a black note card that I buy off Amazon. I've got like my bags in here, so I keep my cash box in there so I know where all that's at. And you know, that's really the important stuff. There's like a pair of scissors in here, some string, ropes, extra bags for whatever anybody might need. I gotta grab all this stuff, my sign, and we'll get all that stuff loaded into the truck next. So I load my market gear into the trailer today. Some days it's easier, sometimes I put it in the back seat of my truck. This is like my garlic curing chamber. It's a grow tent. It's got a ventilation system with an air filter over here, so it's sucking out all the air and filtering it so my house don't stink like garlic. And then I got a dehumidifier in there also, sucking all the moisture out. So that's how I dry my garlic. Just got to pull out so that we can take to the market. This is just kind of like our wash pack station. It's the basement of my house. This is like our drying rack, salad spinner. I got washing tanks over here with a bubbler where we wash everything. For this, we've just got like a scales over here, some stainless steel tables, all of our packaging supplies, and some coolers that we use for deliveries, things like that, and a couple more refrigerators over here. So I just always check my refrigerators before I go to the market. Sometimes I've got like, we sell these big bags to restaurants. This is like some leftover, looks like. But I'll just like, if we've got leftover restaurant stuff from the week, I'll just take it to the farmer's market, sell it dirt cheap, and I just get rid of it, you know? You know what I mean? Like those bags of basil, I don't know, I sell them for 12 bucks a pound. It's pretty cheap already, because some of my friends are selling basil for like 20 bucks a pound. But at 12 bucks a pound, dude, I'm moving like 20 pounds of basil a week. You know what I mean? I made hundreds of dollars off that one bed of basil. So it's all about the price sometimes. Okay, and then I'm just gonna grab my digital scale, bring this to the market with me too. And then we're pretty well packed up. So I'm gonna put this over here with my potatoes and my garlic. Everything's staged for tomorrow. We got the truck packed up. So all I gotta do is really roll up the refrigerated trailer, hook it up to my truck, and we'll roll out of here to the farmer's market tomorrow, and we're gonna get set up. So I'll see you in the morning. Are you a beginning market farmer? If you're anything like me when I got started, you probably don't even know how much money you're actually making, or if you're making any money at all. I tried using QuickBooks to track my farm expenses, and it was a total nightmare. It's not made for farmers, and I couldn't categorize my expenses for Schedule F. I was constantly second-guessing my profitability. That's when I found FarmRaise. It's a bookkeeping app built specifically for farmers like us. I can snap photos of receipts and it automatically categorizes all my credit card transactions, perfectly organized and categorized for my Schedule F taxes and real profitability tracking. For the first time, I actually knew that I was making money. If you're serious about turning your farm into a real business, You need this tool. Stop guessing if you're profitable and start knowing you're profitable. Go to farmraise.com and use my code CHEFM20 to get 20% off your FarmRaise subscription right now. All right, y'all, so it's 5:39 right now. I woke up at 3 a.m. I just wake up, I don't set an alarm or anything. I took care of the dogs, made my coffee, I sit around and I drink coffee for a little while before I get ready for the farmer's market. I get dressed, I make sure I wear my favorite shirt, I wear my hat with a t-shirt tied on top. This way everybody in Knoxville knows who I am. They say, yeah, go see the guy with the hat, the tank top, and the tattoos. Everybody knows who Chef Mikey is, you know, it's on purpose. If I don't wear the hat at the farmer's market, people don't know who I am. They'll walk right past my booth and be like, oh, I didn't see you. If I'm downtown doing restaurant deliveries during the week, sometimes I'll like pass people on the streets that I know from the farmer's market. They buy stuff from me every week and I'll be like, oh, hey, how you doing? And they'll just look at me like, who the heck are you, dude? Nobody knows who I am if I'm not dressed like this. If you're a farmer's market vendor and you want to be successful, wear the same thing every week. Wear something that makes you stand out so people recognize you. People aren't going to remember necessarily Chef's Harvest Farm, right? That's where they got the bomb ass shit from. They're going to remember the dude with the hat, the tattoos, and the ripped tank top. You know what I mean? Okay, so it's 5:40 right now. I have to leave here at 6:30. We're pretty much looking good. Everything's staged downstairs. We just gotta take those potatoes, put them in the back of the truck, and then we gotta go hook up the refrigerated trailer, get that staged, and then pack up some little loose things here and there. I gotta grab all the camera gear, bring it to the farmer's market with us. So come on, let's go. I'll show you how we hook up the trailer. Let's go finish getting packed up and we'll get out of here. Easy money, baby. Now I got my refrigerated trailer, it's on a dolly, so I can just pull it right out here, hook up my trailer to my truck, and then we just roll out, and that's it. I got a few other things in that cooler I think I was gonna grab. So I got these pounds of basil left over from my restaurant deliveries. I think I'm just gonna try to sell like the pounds for 10 bucks, you know? And I don't know, I just got these extra marigold flowers. Maybe somebody will buy these for like 10 bucks. Might as well bring them with me. Okay, so it's 6:04 now. I wanna leave here by 6:30, so we're ahead of the game. You can see it took me like 20 minutes to get everything set up. We did most of the work yesterday. I'm not scrambling, running around like packing stuff for the market the day of. Like we did all the work the day before. Got a few extra minutes. Just want to go make sure the irrigation is going off. Everything's all set in the nursery and everything's good for me to not be here for the next like 10 or 12 hours. Everything looks like it's soaking wet. Super happy with it. It looks like it went off last night on the timers. So I'm just gonna go grab my last little things and then we'll get out of here. Whew. It is 6:36 right now. Just pulled out of the driveway and the farmer's market is like 10 minutes downtown. Pretty much on schedule. I usually like to leave around 6:30. They close down all of downtown for this farmer's market. It's huge. I like to be like the first one there because if there's like a bunch of traffic or like people have their tents set up already next to me where I need to pull in, then it's like super hard to maneuver my trailer. So I like to be the first person there. So I just pull up in front of my booth. I'm a double booth vendor. And then I can disconnect my trailer, pull my trailer up onto the curb with my dolly. Okay, so just pulled in downtown. You can see they got the roads blocked off with the police and they won't let you in. They don't like you to be here early. They got to clear out all the streets. If there's like cars parked, they tow them. Okay, so we're unloaded. Got the trailer up onto the curb. Now I gotta go park my truck in the parking garage.
Please press the blue button for a ticket.
I take a piss real quick, there's a bathroom in the parking garage, and then I just book it back there as fast as I can. I don't walk, I run, baby. Gotta be a hustler if you want to live this life. It's like a 5-minute walk, but it's 1 minute if I run. That's how we do this. We just work harder than anybody else, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be a hustler, baby. You gotta be a hustler. I'll set the camera up, I'll get set up, and then I'll try to set things up so you can see us talking to some of the customers. We've already done around $3,000 or $4,000 in sales this week. Probably looking to do around $1,200 in sales today is the goal. But like I said, this is not our primary sales outlet. It's just kind of like move some extra stuff. So we'll go get set up, and then I'll set the camera up and I'll show you what a day's like, and then we'll get this all packed up, go back home, and hopefully take a day off tomorrow, kind of. I don't ever take days off. everybody comes here to see me for the lettuce. I'm known as like the lettuce guy. So I strategically put all my lettuce at the end. I put my less popular things here, and then that way if I form a line, right, people have to stand here and walk past this stuff to get down to the lettuce, so they'll buy more stuff while they're waiting to go buy the lettuce. It's like this guy.
This guy is so fucking smart.
See, I learned that from being a banquet chef, right? Because I did weddings for years. So if you ever go to a banquet with a buffet, you'll see they put all the steak and the meat at the end. So you have to fill your plate with all the potatoes and the vegetables and the cheap stuff first. And then when you get to the end, you got no room on your plate for the steak. So you can't take all the expensive stuff at the end. It's like 9:05 and the farmer's market starts at 9. So you can see like people just start like coming and buying stuff at like 8:15, 8:30, something like that, right? Sometimes I do like hundreds of dollars worth of business before the market even opens. You know, it's like 9:06 right now. It's starting to get pretty busy. You can see all the traffic. I'll leave the camera on and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Hopefully we have a real good day today, and I'll take a walk and show you around the market too. This place is amazing. Thanks, Ricky. Appreciate it. Take care.
Hello.
How you doing?
Fine, how are you?
Shame on you.
Okay, so you can call me and text me anytime.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Dude, I got Cape Cove currants if you're interested in those. Yeah, I don't know. I got them from Blackberry Farm. We used to like, get a fire pit with a grill in the garden and go from there, you know. I think it'd be one of those things. Let's start with like kind of fire pit and then kind of build onto it from there. Well, you can see, Chef. So you can see it's like 90 degrees out today. The cooler was 35 when I opened it just now. So, you know, I keep all my lettuce bags nice and cool. So when I put them out, they're not like sitting all wilty. Crates full of extra lettuce heads, so those will go out and make sure we always got nice fresh lettuce sitting out on our bench and we're not sitting there with trying to sell like a bunch of stuff that looks like crap, you know. It's like 11 a.m. right now. It's been super busy. It's insane. My little square thing says that our sales are 50% higher at this time than they've been any other week of the season so far. So I'm gonna let Zach hold the fort down. We're gonna go take a walk. I'll show you how dope this market is. It's fucking huge. So let's go check it out. Yeah, thanks, buddy. You got a YouTube channel?
Yeah, Naturally Green Farm. TikTok, YouTube, Instagram.
I'll leave a link below too, so you can check them out. Pete, my boy, give him a follow.
Andy, you should be able to see where it comes from. I let you try the feed. I eat it. It's like a salty Nature Valley bar, but I wouldn't feed my animals something I would.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Race Family Farmstead right on YouTube. We have an Instagram as well.
So Nick's my boy, give him a follow, y'all.
Hey, appreciate you.
So it's gonna be the end of the day. It's 12:52. Market ends in 8 minutes, and I mean we did about $1,200 in sales again, give or take. You know, I traded for some chickens and some things like that. I always do, and it's hard to keep track of the exact dollar amounts. But about 1,200 bucks in sales again. That's kind of like what I've been doing every week so far this season. So it was a great day. So we're gonna get packed up. I'll show you how we get packed up, get out of here. I'll take you back to the house, and I'll see you there in a few minutes.
Thank you so much.
And these two, you want these? This stuff's washed, the other stuff's not actually washed.
Okay. Carrot.
Oh, $5. Thank you
Thanks
all.
again.
Yep.
One more week and you're gone.
That's it. Just got back in the truck, heading home. I'll show you how I back everything down, back to where we started. I won't bore you with putting everything away. I really appreciate you guys coming to the farmer's market with me today. And make sure you give my friends a follow if you're into raising chickens and pigs. Those guys, you know, just like anybody else, just starting out their YouTube journey from the very beginning. So they really appreciate your support. Just try to help everybody else grow. You know, there's plenty of room for all this. What a farmer's market, huh? What a heck of a day. Well, I really appreciate you guys being here, sticking with me, and farmer's market season is just wrapping up. So I'm gonna have a lot more time to focus on YouTube moving forward, and we'll get back to putting out some good content for you. Really appreciate you guys sticking with me, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Thanks guys, peace.